Yes, Rafiz, do you mind? Rafiz is a MARUAH election watch member, and I have seen his what he wishes to share. It will follow up quite well with Derek's. You can. Do you wish to use the lectern? Okay, thank you.
Alright, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, Derek highlighted that he's a realist. Yeah, it is. He's a realist, and MARUAH is the idealist. Yeah, okay. So on 6th of April this year, MARUAH released a paper, a declaration of principles for free and fair elections. So I think where civil society can start moving on is perhaps we just get into the website, take a look at our declaration and see how best it fits the needs of Singapore's democratic progress. Yeah. Okay, I will not dwell on that. Yeah, even though I've actually prepared quite a bit on that. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. So please, again, to redirect, deflect, just visit the website. There's the declaration on the website. Yeah, okay. I'll now share on my own experience as a MARUAH Election Watch Committee member through the election process. Yeah, leading up to the elections, as a member of MARUAH Election Watch Committee, I had the opportunity to join walkabouts with 4 political parties. Yeah, the People's Power Party, NSP, National Solidarity Party, SDP, and even the PAP. Yeah. Well, with the 3 opposition parties, I was quite upfront saying that I'm from MARUAH. For the PAP, it was a different story altogether because I was brought in by accident, yeah, which I will share later. Yeah. Okay, and of course, after the elections, managed to actually track a few of the party leaders and had several conversations along with some insights from former candidates. Yeah, and there were several matters to highlight in terms of practice, the practice of the electoral process itself. Yeah. From feedback gathered from my respondents, I think one most common factor, most common determinant to have shifted the whole election process was perhaps something that, as we mentioned before, was the media. Yeah, precisely the appalling quality of media coverage in Singapore where opposition parties are concerned. Yeah, in an interview with Dr. Chi, yeah, I think you know him. Quote, he said, I have said repeatedly that elections are not, pardon, I have said repeatedly that elections are won or lost way before polling day and even before elections are called. We forget that ours is still a very closed society, and as far as media is concerned, the barrage of favourable or at least uncritical news for the PAP months leading up to the elections, while the media silence for the opposition meant only one outcome for the elections. Yeah? And I think we know already, I mean, from what the other panelists have said, what this means. We need to either break into that monopoly or really form an alternative. Is that possible? And I guess this silencing or removal of relevant, credible information goes beyond media. I mean, one example I like to highlight, I think a lot of other things are repeated. One aspect I like to highlight is how Department of Statistics have hidden very important, very crucial information, very crucial data before the election commence, in a sense. In GE 2011, the census of population was completed in 2010. Yet, the census was not released until after the general elections. The same goes for this year. General Household Survey 2015 was completed in July. And who has the information? Well, perhaps we know only the PAP. None others, no other opposition parties, not even political analysts, social analysts, and perhaps we don't even know that this thing exists. Yeah? Why is this very important? Well, let's look into the figures that we cite. We cite figures that's dated 5 years back, 10 years back. But the most current figures are always in the hands of the ruling party. And I think this is very important, that the need to separate civil service and party politics. Yeah, something that we have to reiterate over and over again. Yeah. Okay. Among other conduct that happens perhaps at grassroots level, yeah, when the PA is being used by candidates to feature themselves, in block parties, gatherings, yeah, which is supposedly non-campaign. But if we look closely, look at the materials printed, yeah, they are not actually revealing existent incumbent grassroots leaders, but members of the team that is actually presently contesting. And I think that is evident enough to say that materials sponsored, propagated, shared during elections period is really a campaign material. And now we need to ask, who pays for that? Are they counted into the election expenditure, for the party or for the individual candidate? Yeah. All right. I think personal point that I like to highlight, personal experience. No, I shared that I worked with the PAP. Well, okay, this was what happened. I'm a senior member of a youth organisation, based in Yishun. Been active there for 3 years as a development mentor. So one of those mornings, just after the electoral boundaries was announced, I was invited to have a discussion with community leaders, supposedly, at the RC. Well, okay, I mean, being supposedly a nice social worker, counsellor, development mentor to the youth, I thought, okay, why not? It's a good opportunity for me to share my views, and see what other opportunities for them are there. But, well, when I got in, I was served with tea, relax, sit down, and after a while, I was given a good souvenir. Yeah, I mean, okay, well, okay, I mean, I was there with the president of the organisation, and I was gently advised that think of the youth. No, if you just storm out, you just create this bad impression. So after a while, I thought, okay, I just wear this for that 2 hours. Well, okay, to be fair, I mean, being a member of MARUAH, the concern is always free and fair election, yeah. Not interested in party politics per se, but I thought this was nasty. And what's the effect of not complying? We may lose the opportunity to use the CC and funding, which itself shows how much and how deep the tentacles of the PAP, beyond just the civil service, beyond just the PA, and now it's really reaching deep, even into social service organizations. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind you put me. Okay, I think that's about it in terms of the pre-elections issue. On polling day itself, I'd like to highlight 3 issues. Intimidation. PAP polling agents were noted to shout out loud the names and whatever information, personal information of the voter. After the whole process, I did street interviews, and this intimidated voters. And is this necessary? Yeah, I think this one. The second point is, well, let's look at it this way. Voters come in, register. Yeah, they bring their identity card and the white polling slip. But polling agents over there will not get to see whose face is it on the identity card. Right? There's no process to do that. Right? Okay. Okay. Imagine this. I carry an identity card and a polling slip, and maybe I look different or I look the same with the person on the card. But whether the person, you as a polling agent, know whether the person holding the card is me personally, you won't know, because there's no way for us to verify, polling agents to verify. I think a simple process is where actually the identity card is actually placed forward such that the polling agents can actually verify that. Something very simple. Yeah. Okay, the third part. Okay, about the what that Eric just now mentioned about voter yeah, the vote being manipulated or things like that. Yeah.
The design of the ballot paper.
Okay, what happened in Muslim UT polling center? A preliminary voter count was made at 7:45, and it was 3181. When it came to the counting center at the close, it was 3384. The matter was highlighted to the ARO, but the reply was very simple. Well, perhaps the voter count was done preliminary much earlier than the close of the polls. So there is a way to solve this matter, where I think at the end of the close of polls, a written slip is given to the head polling agent of both parties, brought along to the counting center, and actually handed over to the counting agent. I think this will minimize any discrepancy and any arguments on that. Well, the good thing was that there's no point to argue on this because the margin was very big. Had the margin been small, this would have been a point of contention. Yeah. Okay. Into the results. So I have a very different idea of what had happened with the GE. I hope you don't mind me sharing that. Yeah? Okay. Well, because this is a bit out of MARUAH. Okay, what I thought was, look at it this way. The current electoral system, just as what Dr. Chi has given as an introduction, if we look to his own SDP's own post-election forum, that the current electoral system benefits and will bring back the incumbent. Well, who do we have as incumbent? It's not just the PAP. It's also the Workers' Party as the 6 elected members in the last GE. Yeah? And my own reading of the situation across the campaign period, just as Derek has said, there's no contest in Sengkang West, almost. Yeah, East Coast, non-competitive. It's very dull, very mundane, almost kind of thing. Well, I mean, reading deeper into it, the first 3-4 days of Workers' Party's campaign, it was really very much a ping pong of the town council issue. Suddenly, midway, this vigor came in that they proposed the idea that they are the government in waiting, preparing to form the government in case PAP fails. Yeah. And not enough, the idea of New Zealand as that example, yeah, of a multi-party government was made. And not enough, pengangkuat, throughout the campaign period, Workers' Party distanced themselves from the whole idea of opposition unity. But towards the end, pengangkuat shouted out, vote for change. The motto for supposedly the opposition unity of the smaller parties. Well, I think these are all these begs a response, and PAP did respond. PAP responded that what if really Workers' Party did form the government, did lead a coalition, and did create a situation whereby a freak election result can happen. This was very much, from my point of view, a theatrical approach to keeping both parties in power, the PAP and the Workers' Party, and at the same time preventing the progress of other opposition parties. It served the purpose. Yeah, Punggol East, Workers' Party lost Punggol East, but it doesn't affect really the total voice of the Workers' Party in Parliament. So in general, what I feel that while opposition supporters were very hopeful, they are very of an opposition unity, I think we are at the same time also very naive to think that political parties, all opposition parties have the common enemy, that is the PAP. Well, it may be a situation, perhaps something to think about. Could it be that this election was really an election of respect? The Lee Kuan Yew factor, yeah, the SG50, yeah, and those in Parliament were probably much happy to just keep it that way. Could it be that the rest of the opposition parties were not really in the game after all? Yeah, I think I'll stop here for now with that question, and probably later, if the opportunity arises, I'll just share some other points. Yeah. Thank you very much.